For decades, astronomers believed some regions of the universe were silent. Not quiet, silent. No stars forming, no radiation, no activity. Just empty space stretching for hundreds of millions of light years. These regions were considered finished, cosmic graveyards where nothing new could ever happen again. And then, we pointed the most powerful telescope humanity has ever built directly into one of them. What it detected should not exist. When scientists designed the James Webb Space Telescope, they had one clear goal: see what no telescope before it could see. Not brighter stars, not closer galaxies, but the faintest signals hidden inside the darkest places. Places where older telescopes saw absolutely nothing. James Webb was built to look into cosmic darkness and tell us whether it was truly empty. At first, the data looked exactly as expected. Black, featureless, quiet. Then something appeared. Not light, not stars, not galaxies. A signal. The region James Webb was observing was classified as a deep cosmic void, a place so empty that galaxies actively avoid it. In this region, more than 95% of the matter that should exist is missing. No clusters, no nebulae, no obvious sources of energy. According to every model we have, this area should be inactive. James Webb wasn't supposed to find anything. It did anyway. The first signal wasn't dramatic. It didn't look like a flash. It didn't look like an explosion. It looked structured. A faint infrared signature coming from a location with no visible object. Scientists assumed an error. They recalibrated the instruments, checked background noise, compared multiple observations. The signal remained. It wasn't random. It repeated. This is where things became uncomfortable, because space behaves in predictable ways. If there is energy, there is a source. If there is motion, there is mass. If there is radiation, something must be producing it. But here, there was no source, just signal. James Webb doesn't see the universe the way our eyes do. It detects heat, even the faint warmth of ancient objects that stopped shining billions of years ago. So scientists asked a simple question. What could still be warm in a place that lost almost everything? The answer should have been nothing. Instead, James Webb detected temperature variations, small, but consistent, like something was still active in a region that should be frozen in time. To understand how strange this is, you need to grasp the scale. Light crossing this region takes hundreds of millions of years. When that light started its journey, Earth had no complex life. Yet something inside this void is still doing something now. That means one of two things. Either our understanding of empty space is wrong, or something exists that we cannot see directly. Neither option is comforting. As more data came in, another anomaly appeared. The signals were not evenly distributed, they clustered. Not randomly, but in patterns. Subtle alignments where nothing should align. James Webb wasn't just detecting noise, it was detecting organization. Scientists compared these findings with older observations from other telescopes. Those telescopes had missed it because they weren't sensitive enough. The signals were always there. We just couldn't see them before. which raises a disturbing question. How much has been happening in the universe that we simply never noticed? At this point, researchers became very careful. No one used dramatic language. No one claimed discovery of something new. The official wording was cautious. Unexpected emission. Unidentified infrared source. Further study required. But behind closed doors, the concern was real. Because voids are supposed to be passive. They don't generate signals. They don't change. They don't surprise us. Then came the follow-up observation. James Webb returned to the same region. Same location. Same coordinates. The signal was still there, and slightly stronger. That should not happen. In space, most signals fade. Energy disperses, activity slows, but this signal persisted. Not dramatically, not explosively, steadily, like a quiet process continuing uninterrupted. Some scientists proposed a simple explanation. Maybe leftover gas was slowly cooling. But the math didn't work. The amount of energy detected did not match the amount of matter present. Others suggested background interference. But the signal moved with the void. It wasn't coming from behind it. It was coming from inside. Another hypothesis involved cosmic structure. Even voids are not perfectly empty. They contain traces of matter. But those traces should be chaotic, unorganized. James Webb's data suggested otherwise. There was order, and order in space almost always points to something fundamental we don't yet understand. The most unsettling part? The signal did not behave like a natural process. Natural emissions fluctuate. They rise and fall. This one remained consistent, like a process running quietly in the background over immense timescales. No one is claiming intelligence. No one is claiming anything exotic. But scientists are openly admitting something critical. This region is not behaving like empty space, and James Webb did not expect to find that. Every time humanity builds a more powerful instrument, we discover that the universe is less simple than we thought. James Webb was supposed to clarify. Instead, it complicated everything. It looked into nothing and found activity. Right now, the signal is classified as unexplained. No dramatic conclusions. No final answers. Just a growing list of observations that don't fit comfortably together. And that's exactly where science becomes interesting. Because unanswered questions mean we are standing at the edge of something new. Not discovery yet, but the boundary before it. James Webb didn't reveal what this signal is, but it proves something far more important. Some places we believed were dead are not. And whatever is happening there has been happening quietly for a very long time.